requirement. Did you want to go down the list, just down the list?
Maybe we can go on to your question.
We can do, yeah. I was interested to know from your point of view whether, because I mean it says in our brief that IT at the university, as a component of the university, as a resource, it's seen as a clerical activity and just a burden, I mean, on the finances and things like that. Would you agree with that, or would you?
Not so much. I mean, it's certainly seen as a cost, but then everything in the current climate is seen as a cost. The costs are considered very carefully across the board. So yeah, we've got always to be conscious of the cost and put in plans for cost reduction. So for instance, this year power management on the student computer cluster, so that they go into low power mode, we can get a big saving that way. Yeah, attitudes do. There's a strand of that view there, but I think at the senior level, people see that for delivering things like e-learning, or
keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah, or just the things like that campus solutions issue I mentioned. Is that the IT role is very important.
Sure, yeah. Would you? I mean, observably, it looks to be critical.
Yeah, there's some. Well, you just couldn't handle the business if some components of the IT systems went down. Yeah.
Sure.
Like different stakeholders, like senior management, IT staff, and faculty of professors teaching, they might have different views and developing University of Manchester system at where education. Do you have any conflicts between other groups?
The issues is translating universities' business requirements into what we need to do as an IT group. So you can get quite high level statements of what the university wants to do, and then you need to, for our purposes, put that into IT terms. So that can be an issue. On ways to go, there's always very lively debate on things like e-learning, or
like which project is a top priority.
Yes. I mean, I looked through the list of what they described as major IT projects, and there was a couple of dozen, and some of them get down the list and go quite slowly.
Is the cost a main factor to consider to implement the project?
Not the main factor. I think the business requirement, how important it is what you're planning to do. So you balance that. You do your cost-benefit ratio. So it might be high cost, but if the benefit is there, then do it. I mean, it's always easier to get approval for a small, low-cost project. You may be able to do that locally within the IT group, but I wouldn't say that cost was the main driver.
Right. So we normally say, IT people use different language, and management people use different language. Do you have any communication problem with that?
Yes, I mean I see it more not with the general management, but in communicating to users. One of my roles is change management. So if there's going to be a change to one of the IT services, and it's going to impact the user community, then there needs to be a message sent out to let them know.
Sure.
And very often part of my role is rephrasing, translating the message, and making it understandable. I mean, we had a very recent one where we went through that process because it was a university-wide message. All the people in similar roles to mine got together and discussed the message which would go out. It was about increasing security for people accessing university systems from off campus.
Mm-hmm.
But we failed to spot that although quite a lot of people use that service, the people who didn't would think the services they use, like webmail, came into that, were affected. So I had a lot of people getting in touch afterwards saying, I use webmail, does this impact me? And the answer was no. So a bit more care on that message, or we could have avoided that. But yeah, it's all, and so with management as well, there's all, you've got to take some care that everyone is getting the same understanding of what you're talking about.
Right, got it.
So, like for instance, in our case, they've given tangible examples of the responsibilities. For instance, the library is responsible, the library department apparently, the student portal, responsibility of the IT staff. And you've spoken about the collaboration effort in the past and how you had to communicate with different departments. But do you think that it could be structured in a better way than that, so that things can happen more efficiently and more quickly?
Across higher education as a whole, there's been a mixture. Some universities have gone for converging a library and information services, while some have kept